I didn't know I would look this sleepy, trust me. It's halftime and the scoreline is 1-0 in favor of Argentina. Okay, the first 22 minutes into the game, it was all fouls and free kicks. That's what was happening. And I thought that there is no way that they can actually build up and go for a goal because somebody or the other through the process is going to commit a foul. It felt like that. Imagine it's just first half and already there are 10 fouls for Argentina and 11 for Brazil. I've heard a lot of history between this fixture and a lot of physical fights and also the fans invading the pitch. And to be very honest, this first half did not really surprise me in terms of committing fouls. And also Otamendi looks really strong in the back, and it was De Paul's assist to Di Maria who had a sublime first touch and a chip over Ederson. Then I was thinking that why isn't Ederson Becker playing? Now I know that he started in first of the matches, but now I think it's Ederson playing. I don't know the whole thing behind it. If you do, then do let me know, because I thought that Alisson would be starting. He's the number one goalkeeper. I thought that maybe he would be starting for Brazil, but he was not. No doubt Ederson is a world-class goalkeeper too, but what to do when you have two such goalkeepers in your team? For Argentina, it's a 28-year trophy drought for a major international tournament. The last time that they won was back in 1993, and since then they have been in 4 Copa America finals and also 1 World Cup final and haven't won. And on the other hand, it's Brazil who are the reigning Copa America champions and would definitely want to retain this trophy. But as of now, the scoreline is 1-0 in favor of Argentina. Let's see if Brazil can switch that in second half or not. Or it's Argentina finally ending their 28-year trophy drought and Messi winning an international trophy. Neymar standing up to his reputation. Ooh. What did Messi do? The deal was sealed. What did Messi do? 5 minutes extra time added now, and Argentina just have to maintain their calm and composure and just, defend well. Somebody's going to get a red card in this game. My god, what is happening? 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left into the game and anything can happen still. My god. Just a few seconds left. Oh my god, they finally won it. They've finally done that. My goodness. Oh, this feels really good for Messi. My god, he's finally done it. Okay, the match is over and the scoreline is 1-0 and Argentina have won it, and they have done it after so long. My god, this feels so good for them, and I'm so happy for Messi that he's finally done it, and also the whole Argentinian team, and how good has been Rodrigo De Paul. And this hurts me that Liverpool was interested in the player but could not happen. He was a gun in that midfield. That good. Seriously, that good. Rodrigo De Paul was everywhere. Now the thing is that this is my first time that I'm watching this Copa America final, and throughout the match I was trying to notice the difference between the Euro and this Copa America that I have been watching the first time that I've been watching this. So in this match I saw that you cannot build up easily. You're trying to build up the game from behind and you can get a goal like that. It's not possible because somebody or the other is going to tackle you. Somebody or the other is going to make that physical contact in that midfield, and the game is over and the play is over, and either it's a foul or it's a yellow card or a free kick, something like that is going to happen. So which is why it's not really possible for you to build up easily from behind. And second thing that I noticed was there were a lot many fouls for which in a match like Euro you will definitely get a yellow card for it, but in this match referee was restraining himself from giving a yellow card. Now imagine if for every tackle these players got a yellow card, or I'm sure that 3 or 4 players would be out on red. That's what would happen. And third thing that I noticed was even if you get a yellow card in a Euro match, that is okay. You can still go on and play the rest of the match. But in this match, I noticed that you will be subbed really early because they don't want to take a risk of a red card in a match like this, because it's not possible to survive in a physical game like this with a 10-man. So that is why I think they subbed them off very early. Rest Argentina has made history and Messi has finally won a major international tournament. I'm sure all Messi fans are going to be on cloud 9 today. And for me, I feel that Messi deserves, at least he deserves one major international trophy in his entire career because he is that good. It's a really different experience watching Copa America, and that too at 5:30 in the morning, because usually it's really dark at night and then you watch matches. Even in Premier League, that's what happens. But Here it feels really different. The sun is shining and you're watching a match and it feels different. It feels nice. Like, okay, it's a good start to the day. And it was quite different from what I expected. But if there is one thing that is exactly same in Copa America and Euro, and that would be the passion. The passion to win the match, the passion to get a goal, the passion to fight till the last minute. That is same and that is never going to change, I'm sure. That is what is football for all of us, and that is why we love this game. Anyhow, that is it from me today. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do that. That'll mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. Namaste.